Welcome to Monday Momentum on Communicate to Lead. I'm Kele Belton, and if you're a woman in leadership ready to step into your full potential, you are in the right place. Today, we're talking about the moment you defer instead of answering, even when you already know what you think, and the shift that gets you back into the conversation. Your manager stops by your desk and asks what you think about the new direction, and you do have a thought. You've been turning it over for a few days. You know exactly where you land on it. But instead of saying that, you hear yourself say, let me pull some numbers together and get back to you. I have to acknowledge that sometimes that's the right call to say, you know what? Give me some time. Let me pull the numbers together and I'll get back to you. When you genuinely need more information, buying time is smart. But that's not what's happening here. You had your answer, but you didn't trust yourself or your expertise yet. So you pull the numbers, and by the time you circle back 2 days later, the decision has been made without your input, and you left thinking, I knew that. I could have said it in the moment. Here's what you need to know. The problem isn't your expertise. You have that. The problem is that let me get back to you has become your default, even in the moments when you already know the answer. Here's the pattern I see in some high-performing women leaders. You wait until you can prove your point unequivocally before you share it. You want the analysis completed, the perspective to be bulletproof. And by then, the conversation has moved on without you. The instinct comes from somewhere real. Early in your career, being thorough is what made you excellent. You learned you couldn't afford to be wrong, so you built a habit of preparing until you were certain. That habit certainly served you then, but now it's holding you back. Because at a certain level, leadership isn't about the most complete analysis. It's about contributing while the conversation is still forming. When you only speak once you are completely certain, you train everyone to see you as the person who executes, not the one who shapes direction. So here's the reframe. Your expertise is already enough to contribute. You don't have to wait until you've completed your analysis. Your expertise right now, based on what you already know, is good enough. Contributing before you're certain works because of when it happens. The early part of a conversation is when direction gets set. If you wait until you can prove your point, you arrive after the decision has taken shape. Too late to matter. It also works because of what people want from you. When your manager asks for your input, she isn't asking for a completed report. She's asking for what you think. The pattern only you can see right now. And only you can offer that. The strategy is to contribute from what you already know and signal that's what you're doing. There's language that lets you do this without claiming the final answer. So the next time you have a perspective, but you're tempted to wait, try opening with one of these instead. Based on what I'm seeing in my area, and then continue. Or here's the pattern I'm noticing. Each of these lets you share your perspective or your expertise without pretending you have every answer ready to go. You are contributing your judgment, not defending a finished position. That's what leaders do. Notice what you're not saying. You're not saying, I might be wrong, but. You're not apologizing for a perspective before you've proven it. You are simply stating what you see and letting the room build on it. So before your action step, here's the whole strategy. When you're tempted to wait until you're certain, speak from what you already know. Open with, based on what I'm seeing, and continue from there. So this week, when someone asks for your perspective and you already know where you land or where you are, resist the urge to defer or delay. Answer in the moment. Open with, based on what I'm seeing, based on the trends, and offer your perspective. Notice that the pushback you were bracing for probably won't come. Instead, people start building on what you said. And if you want the full framework behind the strategy, the one I use to help women break the over-preparation cycle for good, listen to episode 136 of this podcast. You can find the link in the show notes. If Monday Momentum is giving you strategies you can use right now, follow the show so you never miss an episode. And if you're ready to stop navigating your leadership growth alone, book your leadership strategy call. The link is in the show notes. Let's talk about where you are, where you want to go, and what it will take to get you there. Remember, you weren't hired for your certainty. You were hired for your judgment and expertise. Use them before you're sure. And that's your Monday momentum, my friend. I'll see you on Thursday. Trust your voice and lead with confidence.